A Hood County, Texas election official resigned last week after supporters of former President Trump campaigned to force her out. Even though Mr. Trump won the county by a landslide in 2020, his supporters still came to see Elections Administrator Michelle Carew as, quote, the public face of an electoral system that many in the heavily Republican Hood County had come to mistrust. Jeremy Schwartz joins me now for more on his coverage. He's a reporter for the ProPublica-Texas Tribune Investigative Initiative. Jeremy, good to have you back. Thanks very much for being with us. Was there a specific event that Hood County Elections Administrator Michelle Carew said led to her resignation?
You know, I think it really was more a culmination of months of these attacks. And she told me that basically she came to the point where she didn't want to do this anymore. You know, this was a profession that she loved, had done it for 14 years, but the last 10 months since the election and sort of the constant pressure, scrutiny, attacks on her just reached a point where she no longer wanted to do this work.
Yeah, I know you recently interviewed her. What were some of the specific concerns she expressed about elections officials like herself?
Yeah, well, I think there is, definitely some concern that what happened in Hood County could replicate in other parts of the state. And we're already seeing some of the same arguments that were used against her popping up in some other smaller rural counties around the state. So I think this is something that we could see more of in the future. She also expressed concern over some recent state legislation and the posture of lawmakers in the state towards election administrators, and sort of lamented this lack of communication between election administrators, election professionals, and lawmakers, in the sense that lawmakers were seeing election professionals, to some degree as part of the problem here.
Well, her critics pushed to abolish her position and give her duties to an elected county clerk who has promoted baseless claims of voter fraud. So, Jeremy, where do things stand now on that?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting what Hood County does from here on in. The county judge who has defended Carew throughout this entire saga has sort of already acknowledged that it's going to be a tough road to attract another qualified professional to Hood County, given sort of the amount of scrutiny and stress and pressure that Carew and even some of her predecessors in the county have faced from a faction of residents and officials. There is the other possibility that the county could actually abolish the position of independent election administrator. It's a choice that Texas counties have written into the code, and move those duties to an elected county clerk. And in most counties, the county clerk is somebody who handles marriage licenses and property deeds, and is not a very political position at all. In Hood County, the county clerk has been very involved in the effort to oust Michelle Carew, has been involved with the Stop the Steal movement, has posted videos and documentaries from Mike Lindell regarding debunked election conspiracy theories. So it sort of brings it into a new realm if that were to happen.
Well, finally, are attempts to push out nonpartisan election officials limited to Hood County, Texas? I know you talked about potentially in other areas of Texas, but more broadly, is this something, Jeremy, that we know is happening in other states as well?
We do. We know that in swing states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, that there has been really some dramatic numbers of departures of election professionals. And election experts will tell you that there is a big fear that ahead of 2022 and especially 2024, a fear of an exodus of an entire generation of these professionals. And these are professionals who, have years of experience, who know how elections work, who know how audits work. Elections are increasingly complex systems here in the United States. And the concern is, A, that they will be going into partisan hands where there are many local decisions that can affect the outcome of races, and also sort of a lack of knowledge about how to run an election and the potential for chaos and issues within elections.
Right. Incredibly important jobs that I think most Americans may not realize the level of professional expertise and experience that is often required to run smooth elections. We'll continue to track it. Jeremy Schwartz. Jeremy, great to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Elaine.